Now, this step gets kind of repetitive and annoying once you've done a lot of these questions. So what I'd like to do instead, stick around till later in the video for a secret tug-of-war method to save some time on a test. Welcome to Exponent Laws Series, episode 2. Today we're going to focus on dividing two expressions with the same base. So when you're dividing two expressions with the same base, all you need to do is subtract the exponents. So you can rewrite this as 2 to the power of 5 minus 3, which is then equal to 2 to the power of 2. Now let's try to make sense of why this works. Let's rewrite 2 to the power of 5 as multiplication. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. And 2 to the power of 3 is the same thing as 2 times 2 times 2. So now we can start crossing off stuff that's the same on the top and the bottom. We can cross this 2 off with this 2. We can cross this 2 off with this 2. And we can cross this 2 out with this 2. This leaves us with 2 2's remaining, which is the same thing as 2 squared, which is the answer we got before. Now, what if we were to flip this fraction? It'd be the same process, 2 to the power of 3 minus 5, but then you would end up with 2 to the negative 2. Now, in most textbooks, they will not let you leave the answer as a negative exponent. So this is where you need to learn the third rule of exponent laws is that 1 over x is the same thing as x to the negative 1. Now, if we apply this rule to our example down below, that means that 1 over 2 squared is the final answer for this question. Let's try another one. X to the power of 7 divided by x to the power of 3. That's going to simply be x to the power of 4, since 7 minus 3 is 4. Now let's try the reciprocal. This time it's 3 minus 7, so the answer is x to the negative 4, which with the new rule we learned, that's the same thing as 1 over x to the 4. Now this step gets kind of repetitive and annoying once you've done a lot of these questions. So what I'd like to do instead is think of the numerator and denominator as having a tug-of-war between each other, and whichever one has the higher number is going to win. In this case, the denominator is going to win by 4 since it's 4 larger of a number than the top. So instead of doing this step, I can skip right to the final answer of 1 over x to the 4. Let's do another example, this time using the tug-of-war method. The denominator's exponent is bigger than the numerator, so we already know that it's going to win. So I'm going to write down x on the bottom. Then, if you want, you can literally write down 33 minus 21. And I actually do recommend doing this when you're first getting comfortable. So before, we would have written down x to the 21 minus 33. But since we already know that the denominator is going to win the tug-of-war, we might as well write it down in the denominator instead of having to make it go to a negative exponent and then flipping it down to make it a positive exponent later. From here, you just do 33 minus 21, which is 12. And then the final answer is 1 over x to the 12. Go ahead and do the blue questions for homework, and they'll be taken up in a YouTube short tomorrow. If you found this video useful, you can consider subscribing. I'm planning to release full-length videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then shorts on Wednesdays and Fridays.
Subscribe for a chance to win a free tutoring session. More exponent laws and other math videos coming each week.